Let's we discuss about neonatal jaundice. Objective: summarize the metabolism of bilirubins and case of neonatal indirect hypovolemia. Describe screening methods and treatment for indirect hypovolemia. Identify the complication and risk of carnatures. Done by revised by and team leaders. Introductions. It is one of most common clinical phenomena encountered in newborns. 70% of newborns and 65% of all readmissions in the first week after birth and 8% of readmissions in the second week after birth are the result of severe IOSP. It may be a sign of another illness. It may be lead to the catastrophic complication, yellow-orange pigments in the skin and sclera. It's the most commonly happens on a first day, but if it happens later, like on a second, it is usually pathological and yet begin a case that needs a treatment. Clinical physiology. What are the source of bilirubin? Degrading a heme from hemoglobin, contacting a RBC, 20% from infective atheropoiesis, turnover of other hemoprotein synthesis, para-oxidase, and cytochromes. This free bilirubins penetrate to BB easy goes to basal ganglia, brainstems, brain nuclei. Very important for it attack for albumin for it to be bigger so it wanna penetrate BB. Bilirubin transportation. It binds reversibly to albumin. Low albumin level and low affinity of binding sites and both are risk factor. Be careful of meds that displace bilirubins from albumins. Bilirubin goes to the brains. Free bilirubin is a hydrophobic. The movements of bilirubin from the circulation into the tissue cause a blood-brain cancer. There are receptors on the live surface allow albumins to enter when absent it can't go in. Conjunction of bilirubin with the glucuronic acids and uridylene glycorosyl transfer the indirect bilirubin to a direct absent in a circular Niger syndromes. Why does the neonate develop jaundice? Slower rates of hepatic uptake of free bilirubins from the blood decrease the concentration and activity of UDGT. Bilirubins excretion. Conjugated bilirubins enter the bile ducts, are excreted with the bile into the intestinal tract. Obstructive disease, elevated direct bilirubins, mono or diagonals, unconjunctive bili in a colon, bacteria flora in a older neonates, hydrogenated bilirubins, urobilinogens, urobilins, and streptococcus obstructions in the intestines case hydrobilirubinemia. Risk factor gestational age, more informates race, genetics, environmental, maternal illness, DM, and blood group, family history of jaundice require a photography, family HX of hemolysis, swab breasting, breastfeeding, etiological classification, binding, enterohepatic injections, biliary elimination, horse specific bilirubin loads, and bilirubin production. Increase the bilirubin production. Hemolytic cases, COMS test positive like different maternal and fetal blood test commonly as ABO. COMS test negative, spherocytosis, red blood cells membranes defects, RBC enzymes defects. We do not include thalassemia or SCDY because they are related to the beta chains of hemoglobin, which is not a linear